high school. I said to her, you have to go to university and study, because she finished high school with very good results. She said, no, mommy, I'm going to work in media and I will show you how we'll get there. And an equivalent to any other person who is actually who has a degree. So Yasmin started at my company just as a little trainee call center person, how to deal with people over the phone and how to understand a story and how do you solve the story or the question or whatever it could be. Financing as well as customer empathy and customer services related. That is the job offer. 30 of her schoolmates were also unemployed. And at the time we had an overflow because we had a company merger. So Yasmin said to me, Mommy, I said, you know that we have a company merger and we have an overflow of work, and I was wondering, don't you want to call 30 of your friends in and ask them if they'd like to have the opportunity in the company to be trained as trainee call center representative? I'm talking about 22 years ago, okay? Or 24 years ago. Yeah, that's right. Because she was 18. So Yasmin calls her friends in, and I'm now here also just buying cookies like this because that's all I could afford, and bottles of Cokes, and leave it with the glasses because it's after hours. They've got to come from 6 o'clock when the company closes for training, 6 till 8, and then they have to find their own way home. So they were accredited with the certificate of being a call center rep, but in training, and their parents must have said thank you because they got a little salary as well, a stipend. Thank you that there was a lady who opened the door for you guys so that you could move further in life, with just adding a little note on your CV that you have been working as a temporary call center assistant between X number of whatever the year might be till whatever that ended. So Yasmin said to me that this is my end of my career as well with you. I'm moving on. I'm going for an interview. Now Yasmin is a very attractive little girl. She always used to make sure she was well groomed. She's got an OCD similar to I, where if you lay a table and this line there must be in as very perfectly like this tablecloth is. So Yasmin is like that. She will even stand at the back of the bed and watch if the duvet points are basically on the same ends. I used to be the same. I even do my curtain draping. I'll take the one drape on this side and I'll put it on the other one on the other hook, and I stand back and see if it's like that. So Yasmin I've been treated now for OCD, so I've overcome it, okay? I had to go to a psychologist, not because I went crazy, but because that was what took away all of my time, my quality time. Because you're forever making sure that there's not a dust particle. I mean, I know that this morning, I put this on in the dark now. I didn't want to put the light on, and I grabbed this and I saw afterwards not the fluff. But anyway, so the story about Yasmin is that she's still like that. But Yasmin knew what her wants was, and because she made herself well presented as she applied for this job interview through an agency called Kelly Personnel. I don't know if they exist anymore. And the lady with the first impression of Yasmin was, you are already standing out. You neat, you confident. She's just got exactly the same qualities like I am. I'm so proud. I'm the proudest mother on this earth, on this wonderful earth. And I'm thanking God for every single second for what she is. You know what? When she was tiny, she said, you're my only child. You've got no siblings to ask for help or to even do anything. You'll have to call your best friends, or you've got to call your cousins or my siblings, because that's the only people you can reach out. There will be nobody else. You don't have. And because she knew she was alone, she had to make sure that she had to be determined to get what she wants. So in this past 22 years now, what I'll tell you all about how her growth is within the company. She works for the largest media company in South Africa and international. It's called Saatchi & Saatchi Abel. Now Saatchi & Saatchi Abel takes the whole of all the magazines in South Africa and international, if you guys know Cosmopolitan magazines. So yes, Yasmin is the PA to all the directors. She started off at a company called the Yellow Door, which is basically teaching children, young youth, how to get onto media. This is what the first impression, because they said they got no vacancy yet, Kelly, that there's no vacancies coming up for someone in media, but we're going to hold on to you. We're going to place you somewhere in the meantime, just so that you can stay in that field, and we'll place you the moment we get a position open. She got the job at this very same company. She's so loyal. She's still with the company, and she's going to die at that company. I know that. Not die, but she'll retire there. That's the strength that she has and the loyalty that she has towards herself and the company as a two-way thing. So Yasmin is with this company all the time. She grew from just being a normal admin clerk, clerical duties, into heading a department, and she knows every department because wherever there's an opportunity, she takes the post and multitasks herself within every department in the divisions of the company. Today she heads the full division of every department within the company.
MashaAllah.
Yasmin owns a beautiful. She has boxes piled up with different toys, and each toy is categorized according to dinosaurs, and the other one is trucks, and the other one is for kids, and the other one is whatever it could be, fluffy toys. It's categorized. Can you imagine that you still have that in your house as well? A toy box means everything gets dumped in, and that's it. More than that, Yasmin has achieved so much that in actual fact that she said that the last director that they've got now had bonded with her so well that in actual fact this new lady says to her, you know, Yasmin, I've come out of maternity leave and I've got postpartum depression. And Yasmin stood by her side and held her head and said to her, don't worry, I've also been through it 5 times. Let me tell you how you heal it. And she just held Yasmin's hand, but the touch was healed by looking into Yasmin and the souls connected. Let me heal you through our souls. You don't have to get a word. Yasmin said, I've been through it. I clearly understand. And I'll support you through this. Don't say that word any longer. It's going to be healed from today onwards. So Yasmin has got 5 beautiful children. So the eldest boy is 18. And he's just finished high school. I sent him to a private college because she got divorced after 15 years. So from a private college, high school, I thought the 3 of them, she's got a set of twins as well. And that's now the second pregnancy. So she's got 4 pregnancies but 5 children. So the twins are 15 years old, 5 years later. And the first child that she had was basically through insemination, fertility, because Yasmin couldn't conceive, being the only child, and I don't know what was wrong. And the friends used to mock at her that Yasmin can't get children, and they're all having many children. She didn't take much note. Good. So there she got her first beautiful boy, who today I'm a proud grandmother. He's just finished high school. I sent him to a private college to finish his high schooling so he could have his foot in the door. Because I assessed him, you're a bright boy, I don't think you need government schooling, because here you're going to struggle and you're going to have low marks because of discipline. It's rudeness. It's your timing for the day of your lecture is maybe an hour, but you're going to only have 30 minutes of teaching because the rest of the time is shutting the bloody kids, you know. So anyway, Takir is his name, and he applied to do what I love best, agriculture. He is watching the life of the future. What must still happen? How will I be able to feed the nation? With hydroponics, aquaponics, anything that goes ground-based and soil-based and climate and all those things. I'm proud of him. He's going to Stellenbosch University. Unfortunately, he lost his points because he did not study pure maths. So he's at his college right now, doing 1 hour a day at the same college, just to do pure maths so these points can raise for him to qualify for his studies next year. And I know it. He's still there. He's very level-minded and he knows exactly what his wants are. He's not a very obedient boy and very shy in nature and very conscientious. He knows exactly what he wants, and he doesn't want to lose focus on what his future is all about. Then there's a set of twins. They're at high school, and then her husband, the second husband that she's got now, that was from the first husband, the 15-year-old. That's also when the marriage stopped, okay? So Out comes a 30-year school reunion that they were all 30 years old. And Yasmin's classmate who admired her in standard 6 in grade 8 admired her, but she never took note of this guy. He was there as well at the party, and he was never married and he never has no children. So he asked everybody to tell the little story and say, "Hi, how are you doing?" with the introduction, and he says to her, "And how are you doing?" She said, "Well, I'm doing fine. How many kids do you have?" Or, the questions that gets asked. And she says that she's also divorced right now. No interest, I can't remember if she ever said she's looking for another man. But he was her attraction and he was her admirer. So he asked to come and visit, and we said yes, and they fell in love and they married. We had a beautiful second marriage, a proper marriage, because I was like she was. You don't tell your parents everything until we were like hiding little personal things about, so that everybody doesn't have to talk, because there was this word that people call skinner. Skinner means you tell people other things, your private lives. So we used to keep that, we used to be sort of very secretive about it. So I never told anybody that Yasmin is divorced. Only my mother knew and my siblings. But because others knew that she's walking around in the malls with this new guy hand in hand, so what's happening about Yasmin? So I chose to do a big wedding for her at the Cape Town Hotel, 50 people, so that they all can tell others if they see, "Did you see Yasmin? Faye's daughter Yasmin is having an affair with a new guy." Then they can say, "No, Yasmin's married to this guy," and stuff like that. So out of this marriage, there was this planned little boy, the brightest little scientist. I'll tell you all about the scientist now. And because it's a new patch that they stick into here for contraceptive, and 6 months later, out popped a new embryo that became another little boy. So the one is 5 and the other one is like 5.5 going on for 6. So anyway, she said, "Mommy, I don't know what to do now. I really didn't plan for this child." And I said, "You don't come and breed like rabbits. I do not want many kids." She says, "But yeah, you don't understand. This is not an accident, but this is about the contraceptive." So I said we should actually have named him it looks like a SIM card. I said we should have called him SIM card. So there we got 2 little cutest, brightest kids. So last week the little boy said to me, "Do you know where rain comes from?" So I said, "No, I don't." And he said to me, "I'll tell you about where rain comes from." He told me that, "Did you know? So a puddle of water or a dam or a reservoir, when the sun shines," it's very descriptive, "when the sun shines, then the water gets evaporated. And it fills and fills up clouds in the sky. And when the clouds get heavy, then rain comes down. Drizzle, drizzle, drizzle. The heavier the cloud, the rain comes pouring down." I said, "Wow, I never knew." He said, "But Mom, aren't you old enough to know that?" 5 years old, correcting me and telling me that I'm almost like, inverted commas, "Don't you know that? Did you never know it?" And last week, he did something else. I've got the video here of the mother posted to me. He probably watched it on whatever, let's say some program on kiddies. You take a potato and you cut a hole inside. Or your parents got to assist you with this hole. Then you ask for bicarbonate of soda, and you take a little bit of colorful essence, cake essence that makes green red or whatever. So you take the bicarbonate and the little essence and you mix it, and then you pour it into this hollow of the potato. The moment you pour water in, it starts to burst into a beautiful fountain of bubbly that's coming out like, that is like a fizzer.
Yeah.
So like a sherbet that fizzes. So the mother took a video and the mother said, "So what was all the ingredients that you were?" He said, "Don't you know what bicarbonate of soda is?" Oh my word, don't you know that you can even cook with it and bake with it? He's telling the mother like as if he's like a master man. So he took the video. So he's the person that always asks us, why don't we know these things?
Yeah.